Chapter 1, The Mystery of the 2013 $1 Bill. Let's go back to 2013. The U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing, BEP, was printing new $1 bills. That's nothing out of the ordinary, except this time, something extraordinary happened behind the scenes. In what would later become one of the greatest paper money blunders of all time, the BEP accidentally printed identical serial numbers on two separate runs of $1 bills. That's right, a duplication error. Normally, each note has a unique serial number. But in this case, entire sheets of notes were printed twice, once in Washington, D.C. and again in Fort Worth, Texas, using the exact same serial numbers. What does that mean? Two bills with identical serial numbers and series. A 1 in a billion printing mistake. These are known as duplicate serial number notes, and they are among the rarest, most valuable U.S. currency notes ever found in circulation. Chapter 2, How did this happen? The two separate printings of these 2013 $1 bills occurred at different facilities. First printing, 2014 in Washington, D.C. Second printing, 2016, in Fort Worth, Texas. Both printings produced a batch of notes with serial numbers ranging from B00000001 to B00250000, using the same star note designation. Now normally, a star note is used to replace a damaged or misprinted bill during production. But somehow, the same serial numbers were used twice, with no oversight catching the duplication. This led to the creation of approximately 6.4 million duplicate notes, but here's the catch, almost none of them have been found in matching pairs. Only a handful of confirmed pairs have been discovered, and those who've matched them have made huge profits. Chapter 3, The Jackpot Value, $150,000 for a pair. In 2021, a matched pair of these rare 2013 $1 notes, same serial number, one from each facility, was sold for $7,000. But that was early on. Since then, the value has skyrocketed. Some experts estimate that a verified matched pair in pristine, uncirculated condition could now sell for $50,000 to $150,000 or more depending on demand and grade. Even a single note from one of the duplicate runs can fetch $500 to $2,500, and if you happen to find both matching notes yourself, you could be holding one of the most valuable modern currency rarities in the world. Chapter 4, How to Identify the Rare 2013 $1 Bill. Here's what you need to look for. Series, must say, Series 2013. Federal Reserve Bank, must be, B, New York. Star note, must have a at the end of the serial number. Serial number range, between B00000001 to B00250000. Location code. Fort Worth notes have a small FW next to the plate number. Washington, D.C. notes have no FW. If you have two of these with matching serials, one from each print location, you've struck gold. But even single notes from the range are valuable, especially uncirculated examples. Check your bills and compare. Chapter 5, The Collector Frenzy and Ongoing Search. The release of this information caused a frenzy in the currency collecting world. Websites like Project2013b.com were created just to help people match notes and track findings. Collectors have been scouring eBay, marketplaces, and their own wallets to find these elusive bills. As of today, fewer than 40 matched pairs have been confirmed, meaning that potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in unmatched value could still be sitting in someone's wallet. And with over 6 million affected notes printed, the hunt is far from over. Chapter 6, Why this note is so valuable. Here's why this error is considered one of the greatest modern U.S. paper money mistakes. It's a federal production error, not a small printing smudge or inking mistake. Two major print facilities were involved, unheard of in modern times. It took years to uncover, so some notes were already circulated or damaged before collectors knew what to look for. Only 1 in billions of bills are affected, and matched pairs are like winning the lottery. It's still recent, meaning you have a real chance of finding one. Chapter 7, Real People Struck It Rich. True stories are pouring in from collectors. A teenager found one of the notes in their tip jar from a fast food job, sold it for $1,100. A man matched a pair through an online community, sold the set for $9,500. A collector found a crisp uncirculated duplicate in a bank strap, valued at over $15,000. And this is just the beginning. Final chapter, your $1 treasure hunt starts now. You don't need to be a millionaire to strike it rich, you just need a sharp eye, a little luck, and a love for the hunt. The 2013 $1 star note era proves that treasure still hides in plain sight. So check your wallets, go through old savings jars, and visit your bank. The next time you withdraw cash, you might be handed a $100,000 bill without even knowing it. And remember, only a fraction of these have been found, so the odds are still in your favor. Don't wait. Start searching today. Chapter 1, The Birth of the 1965 Washington Quarter. The year was 1965. America was booming, but so was the price of silver. Up until 1964, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver, making them not only spending change but also real investments. But in 1965, everything changed. The U.S. Mint removed silver from dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and began using a copper-nickel-clad composition. Enter the 1965 Washington Quarter. This coin marked a turning point in U.S. numismatic history, no more silver, just layered copper and nickel. Over 1.8 billion quarters were minted that year, making it one of the most common coins of its time. But here's the twist, hidden among these billions are a few extraordinarily rare errors, coins struck on silver planchets, transitional errors, and off-metal strikes that today can fetch $5,000, $25,000, even $100,000 or more at auction. Chapter 2, The Silver Planchet Error, the $100,000 plus coin. Here's where the treasure hunt begins. In the chaos of transitioning from silver to clad coinage, the U.S. Mint accidentally struck some 1965 Washington quarters on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. These ultra-rare errors are what collectors dream of, genuine mint mistakes worth a fortune. In fact, one such coin was sold by Heritage Auctions for over $16,000, and others have reportedly sold privately for more than $35,000. But it gets better. Experts believe that more silver 1965 quarters may still be in circulation or tucked away in jars, boxes, or old collections. One especially pristine example in near-mint condition could be worth up to $125,000. How to tell if you have one? We'll get to that in just a minute, so keep watching. Chapter 3, Off-Metal Strikes and Transitional Errors, Value, $5,000 to $50,000 plus. Another class of valuable errors comes from what's called off-metal strikes or transitional errors. These are coins that were struck on planchets meant for different denominations or from different years. One of the most famous is the 1965 quarter struck on a dime planchet, which is smaller, thinner, and lighter than a standard quarter. These coins are incredibly rare and can easily fetch $5,000 to $10,000 depending on condition. But it doesn't stop there. There are known cases of 1965 quarters struck on nickel or cent planchets, as well as coins missing clad layers, double-struck examples, or even having incorrect metal blends due to transitional confusion at the mint. These rarities can reach $25,000 or more, especially with full luster and sharp details. Chapter 5, Record-Breaking Sales and Market Value. Here are some verified prices that rare 1965 quarters have reached. $12,650, 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet, PCGS -55 Australian dollars. $16,800, 1965 quarter with off-metal strike, MS 62 grade. $35,000 plus, private sale of near uncirculated silver 1965 quarter. $125,000, estimated, for an uncirculated, full-strike silver error example in pristine condition. Collectors are hungry for these transitional errors. As more people discover them, demand rises, and so do the prices. Chapter 6: Why this coin is a collector's dream. There's a reason coin collectors are obsessed with the 1965 Washington Quarter. Historical transition: it marks the end of an era and the beginning of clad coinage. Error variety: multiple types of errors occurred due to the mass production shift. Hidden in plain sight: unlike many rare coins, these can still be found in pocket change or old rolls. Investment potential: prices have consistently risen over the years for rare examples. Final chapter: your chance to strike gold. Imagine checking your change and realizing you're holding a coin worth $25,000, or maybe even $100,000. It's not just a fantasy, it has already happened to everyday people. The 1965 Washington Quarter may seem ordinary, but the rarest ones are modern treasures, blending history, error, and mystery into one extraordinary coin. So check your change, dig through your collection, and pay close attention to every 1965 quarter that crosses your path. You never know when lightning will strike.